Hi people, my name is Janaína, I'm 34 years old, I'm from Brazil and I live in Norway. So I'm doing these videos to take things out of my chest about different issues, but my favorite one is about women's issues. And the last video I did was talking about my experience with casual sex, but it's not only my experience, and I won't be giving much details about my experience, but I also hear about my friends and my customers that work in my salon. So I talked about the last video about casual sex, and I felt that I missed some things that I should talk about it. And because I said that if you have, I just watched again, and I kind of said that if the sex is good, is most likely that women not gonna feel used. Well, that's one thing that I feel usually when my friends talk about it, and when I went through my experience. Yes, when the sex is really good and a man knows what to do, even though it's one night stand and they never call you again, I feel that, well, that was at least worth it. But what happens when it's really bad and a man doesn't know how to do anything? I heard from other women that they say, why did I do that? Why did I went on and did that? So that's why in my last video I made the comparison. If a man knows what to do and start to take as their responsibility, the women's pleasure, that would be better. The women will feel less used. But there is not only that, also there is other implications like religion, how they were raised, morals. So you can, these things also are very much to be taken into consideration. But that's my experience. I'm not a doctor or a specialist or anything, so I'm just saying things how I see them. So in my experience, that women feel less used when they have a good experience. So this can be resolved with communication, conversation before, and men should be prepared to give women what they need. And this happens a lot in marriage too. Women feel used when they married. Sometimes. If the man doesn't give, just come and in and out just like a man on the street would. So women will feel used to. And like I said before in another video about, that's kind of like a curse. When women know too much about the body and knows what they need, what the bodies can do, and is a lot more than people are doing right now. I read some article that said that the average sexual act lasts for 7 minutes. There's not even the 15 minutes that I think is absurdly short time. The average is 7 minutes. Okay, if a woman has sex for 7 minutes, she's not having orgasm, she's not there. Probably not, unless she has some really easy time. I don't see that women around. I see on the news sometimes. 7 minutes is nothing. So if this is all that the men are giving, so it's too little, guys. And women, when they know more about their body, and they're gonna demand more for their partners, and the men are not even there, so it's something that reminds, I read this article, actually, I have it here on my phone, that of course this doesn't happen in Norway, probably, or maybe it does in very little scale, that you know, women should lower their expectations to meet the guys where the level that the guys are. So what happens in Egypt? There's an article I read, and I have it here, I put it in the comments after. Egypt's women must undergo genital mutilation because the country's men are sexually weak and cannot meet increased demand in the bedroom, says lawmaker. Okay. I hope that in Norway this doesn't happen. I don't think this happened, at least not like in Egypt. But I read some articles about that genital mutilation happened also in States, and used to happen in the 50s and on the 60s. So the genital mutilation is something very fatal. It's very, very hurtful and physical. But what I see it happens in society is a genital mutilation in women's mind, that they should lower their expectations to meet the men where they are. So, of course, this is just absurd what happens in Egypt, but this, it shows how men are in many levels. So that's why I always say men should learn more about women and try to satisfy the women, because we don't want that Egypt thing to happen with us. We want to advance, go forward, and have a happy life and a happy society and satisfied women, because this changes the world for the better. It's not just sex. It's not just something that is not needed, that's not important. One of my customers, when they say, sex is life. Sex is life. Not only makes life, when you have a good sexual life, and women and men are satisfied, everybody is happier. It's better for the health, it's better for prevent diseases, heart diseases, blood pressure, you know, it's better. Life is better. So yeah, of course, women individually has to work on their own issues, and other factors affect, but having a man knowing, and I'm talking more like a heterosexual relationship, because let's face it, the gay people, and they are having a lot better sex than heterosexual women. So yes, I think maybe it's something that I remember later and I want to talk about it, but that's all for today. Maybe you can see I'm very tan. It's sunny in Norway. It's not very common, so we have to enjoy the day. So yes, I hope everybody enjoying out there and try to get better sex life. Beijinhos.